Mr. Cow,
Yes?
how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I always end up biting. Ask Mr. Fox, for he's much cleverer than I.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Hey, okay, so the electricity is out in my neighborhood after a horrible storm. There was so much water that came down and thunder and lightning. And I went out to the car and I got my fans and my batteries that I forgot to charge since I was on the trip. So I am praying that the electricity is going to come back on again. There are more storms coming. Hello. There are more storms coming, or I would have just done the auction from the back of the van. So I'm so frustrated. I'm really worried about the people in the neighborhood who are on any kind of medical devices, because I already hear generators going down the street. And so I'm concerned for them for sure. I really needed this auction, and for some reason, so it's saying that I had 5G, y'all. Hey Derek, hey Jerry, hey Charlene, and the crew. It's saying that I have 5G. However, I cannot go live apparently on 5G on YouTube. So what's up with that? I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but 5G to me has nothing to do with my phone. So, or my way. Anyway, you can dive deep on that one. I digress. Yeah, Jerry, it was so bad. I don't even know how much rain came down. I'm sure that City Dock down in Annapolis is probably underwater again. It usually is. And no matter what they do to fix the draining problem, the businesses down at the City Dock at the lowest part of Annapolis, they always wind up flooding. They always get water in the street for sure. So, you know, like it pulls up. But I've shown y'all that before, so we're not driving down there. Anyway, there's huge dark clouds behind. I had to drive to the stupid Starbucks so I could go live, so I could tell y'all what was happening. Because I advertised like crazy for the auction. I made more. I was so excited to share with you guys the new things that I've created even since Friday. Sirens going by. I made even more new things that are just like super awesome. And you know, it's the end of the month, and this is how I create and generate more income so that I can do the live streams and do the media content, you know, and be a content creator and live a dream, you know, of being an entrepreneur and create, you know, using my creativity to make decorations and jewelry and photography and video and live stream. I mean, it's just, all of this has just been like a dream to me. You know, it started off, believe it or not, love you, Derek. God bless you. Oh my gosh. I'm praying for y'all. Please be safe. I know. You too, Jerry. Yeah, I know. I pray that it's not flooding up there again. And, I mean, this is just, the weather, I mean, you're going to have summer storms and everything like that, but my electricity has been flickering more lately, than usual during all these storms. And so I'm not really that surprised that the electricity went out. I'm not really. It's just the timing of it, you know. And God's got a plan, y'all. I'm in it. You're in it. It's not for me to understand. It's not for me to ask why. Even though I did, I got on my knees on the side of the bed before I left the house. And I mean, it's only been like it was like what, 10 minutes to 3. when the electric went out and didn't come back on again. Flash flooding around your house. Oh no, Derek. Oh, please. You guys, this is insane. I mean, we're on flash flood warning here all the time too. It's just crazy. It really is. But I got on my knees and I prayed and I was like, why is this happening, Lord? I feel like I worked so hard and everything's against me, you know? And I know so many people have been feeling that way and, you know, work so hard and then wind up with health issues or pain issues or surgeries or, you know, it's just, this is life, y'all. And it's hard sometimes. It just really is. And just very frustrating. We've had wrecks and fires on and off all day due to the weather related things. Crazy. Praying for everybody. I don't even like being out here knowing that it's going to storm like that again, because that was serious. That was really serious. And we're supposed to have more of it. So I was thinking, I wonder what, I wonder if I should go back and get everything and go use the, shoot, there's a parking deck right here. Why can't I use that parking deck? And we'll have a live auction. You know, maybe just the timing is off, you know, for me to have tried to have had an auction on Friday and you know, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Nothing happened. You know, we all got to be together, but nothing happened. I need to make sales. And, you know, maybe God has a better time slot for me to be able to do what I need to do. You know, cause I need to make $1,000. I really do, because, you know, usually I'm able to, you know, do that over several weeks, but it just hasn't been happening. You know, when I go off on these trips and I do live streaming video and everything, I'm creating content. I'm trying to keep the channel going and build it more. And also, find out, am I able to make jewelry and have those extra sales from the road, you know? And so it's, hey Alex, it's been postponed. The electricity is out at the cottage. My whole neighborhood, the electricity is out. I had to drive to the nearest Starbucks just to get their, I'm not even on their Wi-Fi. I just needed to get a connection so I could come on here and tell y'all what was happening. But I appreciate everybody that was looking to tune into that for sure. It's just, you know, this is a setback, hopefully a minor one. And timing couldn't be any worse, but I hear generators going on in the neighborhood, so I'm really concerned for my neighbors who are on medical devices, and we're expected more storms too, because I could always have just, you know, thrown all the jewelry into the box and then gone and set up and done it out the back of my van like I did the one time down at Freedom Corner. And are you sure it was? Oh, okay. I trust you, Jerry. I trust you completely. I had people come onto my posters that I posted and say, some person named Jerry said deleted me and blocked me, and it's like, well, if she blocked you, then why could I see you? And they had just opened up their account today on one of them. Another one hopped on the bandwagon that had their account for a while, but still, it was like they were totally trolling. And it was ridiculous. I didn't think that Alex was a troll on Friday. I didn't think so. But it was iffy. It was a troll. Dealt with it on MW yesterday. Okay. Well, Alex, if you're listening and you're not a troll, we will get it figured out. Please just hit me a message on here, and I'll on my email if this got mixed up somehow. Anyway, yeah, craziness, just craziness. Who am I to ask why, you know? But I did. I got on my knees and I was like, why is this happening? And it's, you know. And then I'm getting up off my knees. I'm like, quit your grumbling, you know. It's like being in the desert, you know. Don't be grumbling and stuff when you're being rained manna, you know. God always provides all. Oh, right, Jerry. Okay, yeah, that was not. Yeah. And I got to tell y'all, these trolls are very, very rotten people. Very rotten. Very rotten. And they're merciless, and they think it's all a game and it's laughable, and they're messing with people's dreams and well-being, mental health, income. You know, who are they to think that they should be dominating the waves, you know? Very, very evil, very wrong, very rotten. That's my 2 cents on that today. I'd screw them all. You know, I honestly, it's like I don't even have prayers for them today. I really don't. I don't even have prayers for them today. I think they're rotten as hell. So, well, it's not storming right now. We could have been having an auction right here in this parking lot. I can see some of my old friends roll up on me and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Well, if you even inquired about how well I'm doing or not, you would know." I lost all my friends during lockdowns and stuff, pretty much. I didn't lose them. Like some of them were still friends online, but I haven't seen any of them in 3 years. 3 years since I took off for the People's Convoy. So maybe it's me. They didn't like my politics, maybe. I don't know. There's very few of them that seem to be standing up. I only have one that stands up for J6, etc. Like I went on there yesterday on Facebook and you know, had to set a couple of old friends straight, you know, about Ashley and January 6th and Kevin Greason and Benjamin Phillips and Roseanne Boylan and Ashley Babbitt and now Bart Shively. You know, I had to say some things. You know, I really did. I did that this morning. You know, I don't like it when I get caught up in that though, because it takes me like, next thing you know, it's like a half an hour, 45 minutes later, and you're just like, what just happened in my morning? You know, but I try not to go on social media until after I've had my coffee and my time with Jesus, reading in my Bible, because that comes first. You know, you got to put God first or forget about it. So I had some good readings in the Bible today. I know sometimes you can't just sit and stay quiet. I think maybe we have trolls because too many people think that there's nothing they can do about it, or they're afraid if they do something about it that they're going to get attacked even more. Screw those damn trolls. You know? Am I being old Jennifer right now, or Glory be? It's all still me, you know. Anyway, I'm praying for everybody. I pray that I get home and the electricity is going to be on, and then I'm going to have an auction. You know, but if I'm going to have an auction, I pray that people will show up and actually purchase items, because there's some really, really cool stuff. I don't sell it for enough. I do not. I don't make a whole lot of money on it by any means. And I basically pay myself $1 an hour to make it, you know. And hello, Patriot Roy. Thank you all for hopping in. Please hit that like button. It always helps the channel. And you know, but I do the auctions. You know, it's always great to be able to bring us all together on a oh my gosh, you're in Kentucky? Oh my goodness. Oh, please be careful. Please be careful. We know Kentucky's been getting hit so hard too. 280 miles to go. Goodness gracious. I forgot y'all were heading south. Please be safe. Oh man, and we're praying for Goldie, that she's feeling better after her surgeries. What a time to be traveling. Oh my goodness. Y'all take care of yourselves and the puppies. I just wanted to make sure that I got on here and let everybody know I'm okay. You know, I mean, I'm not okay financially at all. This scares me. You know, I got on a roll where it's like I knew that I was going to be okay and that I could count on things or I wouldn't still be in it, you know? And then everything just started slowing down. And you're like, it's got to be just a phase, you know? And then it slowed down even more. And God bless y'all. And then all of a sudden I have an auction on Friday and absolutely zero sales. Like, I don't understand that. You know, like what happened? And then I see that there's trolls on my posters saying that they're, oh my goodness, I've had all these problems on the auction. I tried to bid and I wound up getting blocked. And they were trolls trying to harm me. And they actually do harm. They actually do. And if they're listening, I'm sure that this gives them great joy because they're sickos. They're demented. Trolls are demented. You're in the boat? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, Roy, things have just changed so much. You know, okay, so this is something I wanted to talk to y'all for a while as I'm sitting here charging my batteries so I can have a fan later if the electricity doesn't go on because I forgot to charge my batteries. Oh my God. Always keep your batteries charged. So I've got to go home and take everything out of the freezer and the fridge and try to get them in the coolers. I'm not going to buy ice until I know I have to. So this is something that I wanted to talk to y'all about. Now, I live in Maryland. This is an extremely blue state. There's a lot of dumb turds that live here. And my language is, I need to reel it in. All right. There's a lot of Democrats that live in Maryland. Why? And here's one thing. Why anybody would be a Democrat knowing that you are in the foulest political organization ever, is one, because they are truly Marxist, or two, because they are truly evil, or three, because they just have not had the time to catch up with where their party is today. To me, there's no excuse. You cannot go out and vote Democrat if you're not aware of what being a Democrat means today. Because how in the world can anybody in their right minds, sane minds, sign up for the Democratic Party today? For the Democrat Party today. Knowing how evil and corrupt and despicable their party has become. It's beyond me. So I do live in Maryland. Wes Moore is our governor. He is horrible. He told everybody while he was running for governor that he was going to raise taxes. And these Democrat fools voted for him anyway. How stupid do you have to be? I don't care how many diplomas or how many graduate studies or how many doctorates you have. You voted for a guy who said he was gonna raise your taxes? And you think you're smart? Like, what is that? So anyway, I live in this Democrat Maryland, state of Maryland, with an idiot governor, Wes Moore. And you all might know him from trying to brown nose up to President Trump when he was at the game, at the stadium. That's the only reason the rest of the country might know who he is, because otherwise he's just a fool. So I do agree with one thing he's done. He let the people who have been incarcerated for minor amounts of marijuana go free after many, many, many years of their still being incarcerated for very minute amounts of marijuana in a state that legalized marijuana. Why do I live here, you guys? So at least he undid that bit of hypocrisy. Not that I care for marijuana. Y'all know I can't stand it. But if people need it, it helps them, or they want it, or if they want to fall into the Chinese plan that everybody's going to be dumb and high, whatever. You know, I just don't want to smell it. Don't blow it my way. So, which is really foolish anyway. It's just foolish because honestly, it's just stupid. Be alert, be aware. Unless you're sick, unless it helps you to have better daily quality of living because you're Parkinson's disease or MS or something like that, be alert and present for your life, you know. And I'm not trying to diminish how what a problem addiction is. Y'all know I'm more aware than most. So you know, and I've done a lot of advocacy for help for that and helped a lot of people. But still, I'm on a rant. I'm going here. I'm just going with it. I know. Well, I smoked plenty of it. I never liked it, you know. Anything that's going to give you the munchies or make you boring and dull, like, who wants that? Third of its kind. So back to the state of Maryland and how stupid it is. And there's a lot of states that are pretty stupid right now. So supposedly prices have been going down for gasoline. Eggs have a little bit here. Bacon, maybe a little bit, but still not enough that I'm buying it on a regular, even with the carnivore stuff. But everything else, like the gas just went down to $3.09. $3.09. So isn't it like less than 70 cents a barrel right now? And yet the state of Maryland hasn't really fluctuated since before Trump came into the administration, into the presidency. And I don't know, everything's so damned expensive. You know, I'm having to buy meat on sale. And has anyone else noticed that the economy is improving? Because I haven't noticed it. It's the taxes that Moore has on it. What an idiot. I even went over to Delaware because I was down there seeing it down that way. I'm in Delaware and it was like $3.19 a gallon. $3.19 a gallon. Almost $20 cheaper than in Maryland. Right. Well, before I quit smoking, which is over 3.5 years ago now, I was spending over $12 a pack. One pack, not a carton. Over $12 for one pack of American Spirits. And before, like for a time there, I was making my own cigarettes. I had this stainless steel thing that you crank out your own cigarettes, but it just was burning so bad, you know, smoking that. I mean, I was using the filters and making my own cigarettes, but I saved a lot of money doing that. But you smoked more, and I kept lighting things on fire because the little cherry would fall out. It fell out into a bush one night at my friend's place on the beach, and the plant was dead, and it lit fire. Everybody was asleep. I went outside to smoke a cigarette, lit the bush on fire. And so I'm like going back and forth inside getting some water, and there was a whole bunch of us staying there. One of my friends came, "What are you doing?" I said, "The bush is on fire. I lit it on fire." It's like, oh my gosh, he's trying to burn us all down. Crazy. So everything's fine. I don't have any electricity at the house. I needed to have an auction desperately, and the electric had not turned back on this time, and I couldn't get a signal to come on here and let y'all know what was up. So I jumped in the car, and I've got batteries charging now and stuff, so I can run fans later. And I came up here to a Starbucks so I could get their waves. $3.89 before Trump was in office, and then it's been at like $3.29. I mean, yeah, at least it's not $4 anymore, but still, this is not cheap. This is not cheap. Hey, Parte Bonds. Hello. Yeah, but this is still not cheap. This is still not the price that is warranted when it's 70 cents a barrel. At least I was able to get something to eat before the electricity went out. Tucky, what's up? Hi. Oh my gosh. So everybody's hopping into the chat for my pretend auction. What's up with that, y'all? I need you to be live and present for my auction. I need to make sales. Like desperately. I need to make $1,000 before the 31st or the 30th. That's crazy. Crazy. $70 a barrel. Does not warrant $3.09. Are you kidding me? If it does it again, I'll turn the ringer off. Oh my gosh. Why? Why do they do it? They're the biggest turds. That was descriptive. Visual too. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm serious. I've just about had it. I'm like I mean, I'll never quit. Oh my goodness. Wendy's Corner, hello. Tracy, hi. Oh my gosh. Tucky, I'm praying for y'all down there. Y'all been getting some crazy weather too. Craziness. Every now and again, I got to reach out to some of y'all and make sure you're not swimming. Because, well, I mean, y'all know I try not to cuss and stuff and call names, but... Anyway, I don't have enough gas to charge my batteries up. I just want to make sure y'all knew I was okay. Ugh. Let's go drive downtown and see if it flooded. I'm going to just sit here. It's not good for the catalytic converter. Hang on, y'all. Let me turn the ringer off on this turkey. Alright, I fixed them. Can you imagine not having anything better to do than just like... Okay, I thought I fixed it. Get a life, troll. You're a loser. You're an absolute loser. I mean, like, seriously, you are a complete and total loser. You got nothing better to call and bother people like a little school kid? Well, I'm trying to figure out how to turn the phone down. On the new phone here. Unbelievable. Trolls, I'm not even praying for y'all today. Quite frankly, I wish God would take you the hell out. Just take you the fuck out. That's where I am. Excuse me, y'all. Complete and utter losers. Hey, prayers for patriots. Sorry, y'all never heard me. I told y'all, I mean to tell you, I said I needed to reel it in too, but this is so frustrating. They have affected my channel, which in turn affects my contacts, which in affects my jewelry sales and auction sales. And everything that I've worked so hard for, so damn hard for. And these little twerps have nothing better to do than try to knock you off of a social media platform that is meant for everybody, not just them. Because they are demented. They have no souls. No souls. I wish they would die. I'm serious, because I don't think there's any hope for them. And that's just, honestly, it just creeps me out that I even said that. I pray they find Jesus. I pray they find Jesus. But if they're not going to find Jesus, I pray they die. Because they will. They're going to rot. All right, can y'all hear me? $70 a barrel times 2 for refinery, then divide by 55 gallon plus state tax and 18% federal tax. Is that what it is? Almost over $4 a gallon. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Hang on. Let me try to fix this again. I want to know why my sound is all the way down. My sound is all the way down, y'all. Can you hear me? Okay. I turned the sound all the way down on the ringer, and they're still able to get through. Who creates apps that allow people to harass people? And I'm talking about Mina, and I'm talking about Brianna, and I'm talking about her little boyfriend Meatballs, and I'm talking about Scott, and I'm talking about, oh, who else? Nadine, and Bicycle Girl, and all the rest of you little shits. The hell is the matter with y'all? Get a freaking life. Get a life. Grow the F up. Grow the F up. You little DC rats. Nobody likes you. You suck. I do. I block and report them all the time. I block and report them all the freaking time, you guys. And I'm on a little bit of a rant because they have. Hey, Lynn, please forgive me, y'all. Y'all are hearing and seeing my complete frustration at trying to work so hard to be independent entrepreneur and to make my dreams come true. My dreams come true. I've been living and working for everybody else for so long. For so long. You work in the healthcare industry, and let me tell you, your health and your care, your own self-care goes right out the freaking window. It goes right out the window. When you work as a recovery coach and you work in the recovery community, helping people not to die from the god-awful drugs that come in from all over the world, China included, and then they make them right here in the United States of America, and our government opens it wide up because they've got a percentage of it. and you try to help people who are just so precious, so precious. I never met a drunk or an alcoholic or an addict that wasn't worth saving. Trolls, they're not worth saving. They can freaking die left and right, and I will step on them before I will help them. But you show me the person who got addicted to these horrific drugs because the music and the media glamorizes it, and the movies and everything that's thrown at them glamorizes get high. Because why? Because the globalists want us dead. They want us dead. They target our children. Amen, Tucky. Amen. And I've worked so many years, and I've seen so many people make it. I've seen people make it out. I'm one of them. I made it out. I have over 17 years of sobriety. I made it out, y'all. But I've seen so many people who haven't made it, that they wound up dying, and I've known their families. And they're dead. And I'm just tired. I don't want to work in it 24/7 anymore, because I was 24/7 in it for 20 years. 20 years. So I'm pursuing things that mean something to me. You know? Things that are beautiful. I took the advocacy and rolled it right into, you know, our freedom, because it all works together. All the politics and everything work together. But quite honestly, I'm burnt out on that too. I'm burnt out on it. I want more beauty in my life. So when we were on lockdowns, I started hiking and going out for long walks and hikes and seeking waterfalls. And I started doing videotapes of them. Sometimes I'd be the only vehicle out there on the road. It was the craziest thing. And I'd post those videos on Facebook. And I can't remember if I was on YouTube then. I guess I posted them on YouTube too. But I definitely started posting them on Facebook. And my dad said, send it to me. And he's like, because I really miss that. Because he can't hike into those places anymore. Then I had a friend who had a heart attack, and he's getting older, and he can't hike in anymore. He's like, please keep sharing these. Bring more. I love it. I felt like I was right there with you. And I started bringing beauty into this chaos of lockdowns and vaccines and everything else that's going on with our government who hates us, and the globalists and everything else, all the people who want us to die. And the drugs, because what all of those lockdowns and everything did to our recovery communities is unforgivable. Unforgivable. Our government has deaths on their hands, like in the millions, from all of that. And so I wound up just trying to bring some beauty into it. I needed it, and so therefore I knew that you all needed it. And I started sharing it. And then when I wound up joining the TPC after my last client got placed in the crisis intervention housing that I was working out of, they decided not to renew to continue that particular one. And so it was 3 days later, I was in the TPC, the People's Convoy, rolling across the country. You know, I went to go meet them in Ohio, came back into Maryland, Hagerstown, and I never looked back. And y'all know everything I've been doing since, because I started live streaming. Because we needed more eyes on the ground and more, and you know, more people showing what's really happening, because they were also too, they were calling us such wrong things. They were saying that what we were about was so opposite from what we were about, that if we can live stream it, then you can't deny what we're about. We're about freedom and everything, while these Nazis and criminals and Marxists and communists and globalists were trying to shut us all down. And people were hating us, people who love freedom. So I started doing the live streaming. And, it's been an amazing journey. It's not been easy at all. I maxed out my credit cards. I blew through all my savings, maxed out my credit cards. I've been through one car, the Subaru. Now I'm into the second one, and I've already put twice as many miles as when I bought it only 2 years ago. And, to me, this is just like, it's been an investment in me trying to do something, still be involved, but do it from a more manageable place, where I'm not drowning in it. I drowned in the recovery community for 20 years. And I have 17 years of continued sobriety, you guys, but I was involved in the middle of it for, it's been 22 years now. But 23 years. But I was totally immersed in it for 20 years. And then working in the field as well for many, many of those years. And I just, it's hard, y'all. It's hard. I drive places and just driving around, and it's like so many memories of this person, that person, and that person, and they're no longer with us anymore. And hey, Jericho, I don't know what normal is, honestly, because the way that I've been living before y'all even found me, it's not normal. It's not. Being single, it wasn't even normal for me, I mean, being sober for as long as I have, I never was a heroin user. I never used needles. Thank God. Thank God. But I've been to places in my recovery to help people that nobody should have to go to. Nobody should be there in the first place, and nobody should ever have to go there to help somebody else, But because I'm single and I don't have any children, I didn't even have a dog or a cat at home, I was able to go places that some of my peers were not able to go. Because they had family life. They had families depending on them. I was able to go in and get out, had a 99% chance of probably making it out alive under most circumstances. And so I went. And that's, through the rehabs and crisis intervention, but also through sponsoring people. And you guys, the horrors that I've experienced and seen and witnessed, and shoot, not last week I went to the beach, but the week before, you guys, I'm running across 4 lanes of an 8-lane wide highway to get to this man that just fell out behind the wheel. Had to call 911 and jerk him awake and tell him to put his car, you got to use that tone, tell him to put his car in park. Because he had nodded out at the freaking stoplight. Before the police got there, he wound up coming to, put that car in drive and drove over the freaking median, and down Jumper's Hole he went. I hadn't had to do something like that in a long time, and quite frankly, it was very unsettling because I don't want to have to do it. And that was just not even 2 weeks ago. It's not normal. But because of everything that I've done and to help and everything for so long, I recognize things that maybe somebody else isn't aware is happening. I saw him as he was driving, and I was like, this is not good, And then I saw his head go down, and I said, oh shit, threw my car in park, ran across the street. I could have gotten killed. I don't trust anybody. Honestly, prayers for Patriot, I don't trust anybody. Not a one of them. Just where I am this week, you know. I want to. Dan Bongino seems like he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, Trump is great. He's doing some great things. He really is. But there's some things where I'm like, have you been swayed? Has somebody gotten to you on that one? You know, I don't know. More will be revealed. I pray he's the right person for the times, and he seems to be. He does seem to be, but I don't trust any of them. It's so deep and it's so dark, and it's just, I don't want to be like my half cup empty, you know, because God's got the plan. We know that he wins in the end. Thank God, you know. But it just, everything, yes, is out of control. Yeah. Drivers around here are out of control. Too many speedsters and lots of terrible wrecks with fatalities. It's so awful, Lynn, isn't it? It's just so awful. It really is. And we're so connected through all of these, I could just start bawling my eyes out, you guys. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for being here. This is the most people I've had in a chat in a long time. And I'm doing nothing but going off. I should do this more often. I'd probably feel better. Because honestly, it gets to me. It all just gets to me. Usually it's Ridgeline that will hear some of this. You know, hippie a little bit. Not too much though. She got a lot on her plate too. So many drivers can't read the signs because they're all damn stoned out the gourd. Here in Maryland, everybody's high. I am letting it out, alright. I love y'all too. What would the Bumbles be without the Bumbles? We love you. We all love each other. Oh my gosh, because sometimes I just can't. Everyone's in such a hurry. They're all in a hurry until they're going 20 miles an hour, thinking that they're going fast because they're so damn stoned. You remember that back in the day? Come on now. Thought I was going 80 miles an hour and it's like 30 miles an hour. How in the world we survived that, I don't know. How anybody survives today, because there's a heck of a lot more people out on the road today than there were when I was growing up. You know, and I don't take it lightly that I drove like that back then. I don't at all. Young and stupid. Hi. John. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes, Tucky. That is good. Yeah, because drivers should be able to read and speak English. Oh, look, they got the nerve to come in my chat right now. Crafty Denise, you're going to get yours one day. Because God judges everybody. You're going to get yours one day. Don't you worry. You're going to get judged. And if you don't change your ways and come to Jesus, you're going to get thrown into a fiery pit. Because you're rotten. I don't think everybody that doesn't know Jesus, I don't think everybody gets thrown in the fiery pit. This is just my opinion. But if you're just downright evil, like these trolls are, and rotten to the core, if you don't change your ways, you're probably going to get thrown in the fiery pit. But who am I to judge? I am not God or Jesus. That's just my opinion. Lots of problems. He has some great assistance too. He does. He does. I just been feeling a little discouraged, Lynn. You know, prayers for patriots, you guys. I just been feeling a little discouraged. I have my moments too, you know. I put a lot into this. I try to bring y'all on cool adventures, and I don't get a signal. You know, all we get is the wheel. You know, and I try to live stream from Freedom Corner and get the wheel. I try to bring some interesting content, some beauty, and know, everybody does, I'm freezing. I'm trying to keep the phone cool. Everybody does t-shirts and hats and things, and I would have liked to have done that, but I never was able to figure it out. So I started making jewelry and selling it, and the crafts, you know. And so it's like I really need those auctions to be successful to help fund all of this, so that I can build. I need to, you know, grow the media channel, and then prayerfully, you know, it'll start paying for itself. But not there yet. Thank you. Prayers for you too. Thank you so much. You don't think Pam Blondie is helping? She's not telling DJ I don't know what's up with her. I really don't. I don't know enough about her, but it doesn't seem to me Trump shouldn't have to tell her how to do her job on live media for her to say, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. President. You know? It just seems to me that if you're in the position that she's in, you don't wait for your boss to tell you what you need to be doing. It's just me. When the writing's on the wall, what you should be doing. That's all. But there's a lot of people like that. So, Liebart, hello. Did I miss anybody? Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping in. And I'm praying that when I get back to the cottage that the electricity's back on. Please forgive me for my language. And, you know, I've got my moments too. I do. My language is a heck of a lot better than it used to be, but that's still no excuse. I'm not using that as an excuse. No, I'm not betting against Trump. I think Trump is doing a tremendous job. I really do. I just, there's just some of the stuff I'm very concerned about. And I'm like many people where it's just like, hurry up. You know, we've been suffering a long time. We've all been suffering a long time. It's true. We've suffered a lot. And I get super frustrated about the deep state and about the bureaucrats and the influence of different organizations like WHO. How in the world are we still hearing about the WHO? Why are we still hearing about them? That they're going to have influence on us? Why? And I'm tired, y'all. I'm really tired. How about y'all? I'm just so tired. I find battling evil exhausting. Wonder Woman, magic cuffs. Deflecting evil. That's something my sister and I would do together. I miss her too sometimes. I don't know what happened to her. She's still around, but it ain't like it used to be. It's up to your local and state governments to keep water clean. Didn't cut the clean water. I'll have to look into what that's about. And we know he got the water turned on for California, but then I don't know about this supposed cutting water. Yes, we must take the power back from the federal government. Amen. It's a no-brainer. I guess that's why I kind of get frustrated with people when you know, we can't put too much on Trump. We can't. Because there's no one man that can fix this except Jesus. You know? Come, Jesus, come. We need you right now. That's what I always think of. Because, oh my goodness. And y'all, it's going to get worse. Ew. Our state only gives funding to big areas. Small areas get nothing. Isn't that just the way? Oh, his faith is our test. His faith in God. I love it when he talks about God. That makes me so happy. It does. Yes, Darlene. Gee, it's nice just to sit and chat with y'all. I don't get much of an opportunity to do that. I didn't have much signal out at the beach I went to either. I would have just turned it on and let y'all watch the waves like I did years ago, but I was at a different beach. But I did make jewelry. I got sunburnt. I did. This is all. I don't have any makeup on. It's turning into tan now. Hopefully it won't peel. But it was nice just to sit there and make jewelry. And listen to the waves. And I did get a few good clips. There's still more to come. If I can get a signal at the house so I can upload it, that'd be good. Our governor wouldn't have us in debt. Maybe they would have gotten more help. Who votes for somebody who promises they're going to raise your taxes? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you guys, if I don't have a good auction for the 30th, then it's not going to be good. So let's drive the van while we still can.